Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. The JAMODI podcast is powered by Sideline Interactive. Sideline Interactive is the leading manufacturer for high-quality, innovative scoring tables and LED video display boards that help coaches and schools bring more excitement to fans, create huge fundraising opportunities, and make their jobs easier. Visit sidelineinteractive.com to check out their amazing products. If you don't mind, would you take us through a little bit about what the culture of your program is like? What do you guys stand for? You know, if your players were to come in and kind of and you ask them, hey, what's our culture? You know, what would you want them to say?
They're going to say that we're competitive and we want to compete in everything that we do. And we want to implement that on and off the floor into grades. We want to compete in the way we approach practice. We want to compete in practice. So, and once again, this is something I got from Coach McCaslin at that clinic is we chart wins and losses. We put them on different teams and we let them compete. Number two is energy and enthusiasm. So we're going to be excited about playing the game of basketball. So I don't want guys who dread coming to practice. And I think we changed the way we practice. I think we are made it competitive. So it's more fast paced and they enjoy it more. You know, they just get to play more. So I think they're going to say energy and enthusiasm from that aspect. The way that translates into games is when our varsity's playing, our JV and freshmen are behind them, and we form our own student section on the road, or if we're at home, you know, they're staying for the game. Our varsity is going to the back gym, watching our freshmen play before they play, you know, just building that camaraderie. But the energy and enthusiasm, my favorite quote is nothing great's ever been accomplished without enthusiasm. You know, I just think if you fake energy to me, it's still energy.
Yeah.
So I tell them all the time, like, you know, I don't do I'm not a rah-rah guy. You're either teaching or you're encouraging in our practice in the way we do things. So you're either coaching someone up or you're encouraging them to do it. And then the third one I would say is we want to be, we want to be tough. And I think everyone uses that phrase. And I've heard you talking with people, what is tough,
Yeah.
We define it for them. So we say tough is number one, T is time. You're going to spend your time on what's important to you. O is the opportunity. We never waste an opportunity, whether it be on the court, in the classroom, whatever it is. You for us is us. So we're always together. It's never about one individual, no matter how good the individual is. It's always about us. G is the grit and grind. We talk about you gotta be tough to be, or you gotta grind, and winning takes what it takes. And then H is, I struggled to find one for H, but it was we came up with heart. So our deal is heart posture. You can't fake it if it's not in your heart. So if something's important to you, we use the example of a mother, a mama bear. When you see the videos of moms rescuing their child doing something crazy, right? Mm-hmm. Well, when your heart's in something, you're going to fight more for it. It's going to mean more. So we really talk to them about that aspect.
So is that something, because I think TJ Rosine at Emmanuel does such a great job teaching culture, and he made a comment about how culture isn't just, it's at the top of your practice sheet. You say something, you check it off, but it's more infused into almost everything that you do. And as coaches, we are kind of like with how teachers look for teachable moments. We're looking for moments in our practices to infuse and talk about culture, or like that acronym. Do you find, because you have what is tough, because you have it defined, that you're able to see, or you're looking for those specific attributes more?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I think it gives the kids a vision of what you're looking for, like you said,
'Cause how often are we wanting, I'll be honest, I don't think that I do a great job of creating competitive, tough players. It's not that we're weak, but there's just always a part of my teams in the past where I feel like, man, or how many coaches say we just need to be tougher. Our guys just don't know how to compete. if that's what I'm saying, or that's what coaches are thinking, I mean, isn't that our fault? Like,
Oh,
isn't
definitely.
it up to us? And so when I hear, that's why I ask coaches, like, okay, you want to be tough, you want to compete, what are you doing to make that happen? I think you have answered that a little bit, but man, I struggle with that.
What about video clips? So like when you watch it with your team, and this is once again, Coach McCaslin, we don't show them the negatives as much. If there's something we have to fix as a team, we'll show them that, but we're showing them the positives, but we want to show them those tough plays that lead to winning, like you're talking about.
Hmm.
So I like doing that.
I just had kind of a light bulb moment, I think, and I love getting to do this because those happen a bunch. With you already gave me one thing I know I'll take away is the mom practice. I love that. But you're right. I'm a big believer in teaching from highlights. So we're gonna show the majority the next day. Clips are going to be the good things that we did, and from those good things, I'm going to show them what we want and why, instead of showing the negative clips that are the opposite of the good clips that we had. Because it's easy to put those negative clips up, like, listen, look how far you are. Instead, find the positives and marvel and celebrate the position that we're in, the way that we upped it, the way that we stayed space, we didn't get creepy, the way that we gave a one more there. Because I think all of those guys are seeing those things happen. On that note, though, I could probably do a better job of, instead of moments where the ball was loose and we didn't get on it, or a moment where a guy is flying through the air and we don't slide over and take it. How about I go the same direction and have a few hustle clips, instead of just, I don't know, made threes or something like that.
Yeah, we do we call them winning basketball plays. Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely, I love that.
That's good. Do you do anything, any type of highlights or anything before games to kind of get them going? I wish we could. I wish we had the ability of, like, what was it? Pete Carroll at the Seahawks said, even like at halftime and then right after games, they're just showing highlights. They have highlights in there. Ian, he said even after losses. I mean, that's impressive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I would love to do that. Do you guys do anything like that before?
We don't. We go over the other team. It's funny you said that, but I've seen football coaches do it, and that's something I think you had someone on discussing that before. But anyways, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, what I've seen is, and we used to carry, I think I have it back there. I bought this little projector that I could just plug it right into something and it would shoot on the wall. The screen was really, really bad, but yeah, before, and obviously you and I talked a little bit at the beginning about, I focus a little bit more on us than them, but the highlights, to me, creating that highlight film before every game, just for them, a minute and a half, but for them to see themselves. Because some players, we talk, Kobe Bryant had this just amazing ability to see things, before they have visualization. Some guys have that, but other guys, why not literally show these clips, get them hyped up? They go out to warm-ups feeling like they're about to do something amazing. I think there's something to that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.